Now we will be creating our header navbar, and here in our design you can see, let me make it bigger, and here you can see we have this navbar, and we are using our nav over here. And to create that nav, actually it is important that we create some kind of router in our React, right? So we have already created this creator browser router, and we will be using this to go to different pages, right? Because we have created this path and the element, so whichever path we want, we can go to change the page basically, right? So we need, it is important to set up this router. So we already did it when we set up this our project. So you, if you are someone, you are watching this video that directly came on this video and don't know how to create this browser router, please check my previous video where I created this browser router as a setup of this project. Okay, so after this, the other things that we need to set up to create this navbar is we need to get some colors, right? So we have some we use some colors in this navbar, so we want to set up our project color. And to do so, we can go to this Tailwind config file. Okay, after that you can, as I mentioned on earlier videos, you can extend it, or you can just write the color over here. And if you extend, you can still use the default colors of the Tailwind, otherwise you will not be able. So let me just extend it. Okay, it's not the big project, so if you are working with the bigger project with multiple developer, I think the best option will be create the colors, your theme outside this extension. Okay, that will make it your app consistent. Okay, all right, just let me create our color, colors over here, and we have to provide the name over here and name should be okay. I usually like to give my name initials over here so that I can distinguish between the Tailwind default colors and whatever default color I provided, right? So custom color I provided will be under the name of this, so I don't have to remember all the color name also. Okay, let me show what I mean. Okay, so here what are color we need some of these colors, right? So and these colors you can see is kind of shade of the gray, and I can say this 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So the 100 will be lightest, up to 500 it will be the darkest. That's how I think it will be easier for me to remember the color. Or in your project you don't have to say 100 or something what I name here. You can give your own name. The most important thing is to you understand the concept, right? Okay, uh, all right. In our project this design, let me check the color for this, and this one should be on the first color. So Control C and come over here and paste it over here. And during editing I can actually fast forward it. Okay, so that it kind of tedious process, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm trying to show you that programming is not all about fun, right? Sometimes it can be very tedious. Okay, and if you are trying to learn, you need to be patient, right? So sometimes you have to do repetitive work just like this. It takes time. Okay, so that's the reason I am trying to avoid lots of editing in my tutorial, right? I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to do lots of editing. Whatever I record, if I did mistake, it's all right. Okay, saying that where we are, like I give 3 colors, so now fourth color over here. copy it, paste it. Let me do it here, and I have to say here, and I have to get this color now, right? And this color will be copy here and paste it over here. I think I did everything, and I think I would need another color that is kind of yellowish right here, this color. So let me just name it yellow. Okay, and I can say just has, and this has is important, so don't forget it. It defines that it is a color, and just get it here and paste it over here. And I think our color setup is also done. So now just let me just move this on the side. Okay, let me make it this one little bit bigger. So okay, now we will check if our color is working or not. So here in our app tsx we have used this background color. So let me just remove it, and no, okay, this is why I use my initials as a when I creating custom colors. So all the colors are listed on the, so every time I need to add a color, I just put my initial name so I can get suggestion, okay, what color I have. So let me change to 100. So yeah, see, we change, the color is changed over here, the background, and that means our setup of the color is done for the Tailwind, right? So yeah, it's working just fine. Let me check everything. Okay, I think everything is working. Let me check the yellow also if it is working. It should. Okay, save it. Yeah, it's already working, but this is too much. Let me just change it back to 100. Okay, all right. Now after we set up our color in Tailwind, now the next thing to do is check our design over here, and what we need we need this logo, right? So this logo will be, we need to get it. So let me just get it here, and this is the logo we need. Export our logo, and best logo of all time. All right, let me go to the down. Okay, I think I have already downloaded it before also, and let me get it. Okay, let me come to my VS Code and grab my, and let me put, okay, I think we should put it on the public. That will be fine. Okay, just grab your whatever you downloaded and just put it here. Okay, so this is the logo I created from the project, so we're gonna be using this one. So this one is also done. Let me, I think, cancel it. We don't need this. Let me cancel it. All right, and after that leave it like here. Let me go to my project here, and then now what, the next thing we want to do is now go to the header, right? Our header component we have created, header component here. I don't want this now. I can remove this. I can provide return here, and what I want, I can do div, or let me just use the header tag over here. I think that makes sense. I can say container, because in our design, let me remove this. Okay, in our design you can see our navigation, and this image is logo is within this container, right? So we have already created this container, container. I'm using the same reusable component that we created in previously, right? Okay, container here, and this container need a child, and I noticed that this should be like vertically center everything, right? And I want to provide some height to this header, so I want everything to be at the center. For that you can use the center component that we use, but or we can just say class name over here. I can say flex, and I can also say here item center. So I just want it to be vertically center, so I can say that, and it will be vertically centered. The next thing I need is div, and within this div I need a link, right? And in this link I need a image. Okay, image. And what will be the image? Whatever we get from before from the our Figma is, I name it like logo stone.png. okay, this is what I want. And in case we does not find the image file, what I want to be alt. Okay, let's say stone stone logo also, that's fine. Okay, save it for now. And the other thing that I want, yeah, we get it over here. And the other thing that I want is every time I click it over here, I want it to go to the home page, right? Every time I click it here, even if I am on the other route, I click here, I go to home page. That's how I want to set up. And to do that, I think I can use we can use like import. Let me show you. We can use the link. Okay, link from this React router DOM. Okay, this React router DOM provide this link, that component that I can use it over here. I can write here link, and I have used some kind of plugins, so I think I do not have to write it again here. I actually forget the name of that plugin, so just remember when you writing here, you have to closing tag also you have to change. Okay, in mine, if I change the opening tag, the closing tag automatically change. Okay, there is some kind of plugin in VS Code that I'm using, so for now I forget the name. So okay, if I remember during the editing, I will put it on the screen. Okay, all right. Here, to this to work, I have to provide the two, and I don't have to provide this. I can provide the string also. And you can check on your router, and here this path will be always our home page, right? So I can come back over here, and we can say this slash and saved it. So every time I click it here, it will take us to the home page. And if you want to check it, let me show you. Here I go to the about page. So this is about page. So every time I click here, it went back to the home page. That's the functionality I want from there. All right, now when we do that, after that, actually I need here a component. Okay, what component I would like to have, I will style it later. Okay, so let me just finish the HTML part, kind of, okay. So here in our design we have this nav. This nav is actually of navigation for the desktop, right? Because in the small screen in a mobile view, actually we do not want to show our nav like this. Maybe we want to show like hamburger icon or something, and we will show the different navigation, right? So that's the reason actually I can say here, I can say desktop nav. Okay, this is the component that I want to create. All right, so to create this component, what I can do is I can come to this component, and where should I create this file? Let me actually create one folder that will include our navigation, anything component that is basically related to the navigation. We will create in the navigation or navigation, just doesn't matter. In this folder I will create one file that will be named as desktop I need a nav.tsx, right? So here let's create this component desktop nav, and here I can say what is this desktop nav. So this is nav. Okay, here we need a nav. Okay, so nav, And the other thing that I want is I want some kind of link over here, and I can say home page or something like that, right? I need home, about, contact and gallery, so I can do like that. Let me just check if it working. So just copy it and let me just import this. Okay, control period, and we will get that and add this, import this over here. Okay, saved it, and if you check on our here, you can see home. So the next thing that I want in this header is I want in actually in this container I want to say I want these two, this image and this navigation, apart from each other, right? One should be on this side, other should be on this side. So for that I can say justify between, right? So justify between means in the CSS justify content space between. Okay, this is what it is giving from the Tailwind. Okay, all right, if we save it, see the home went back over there. And after that I want to complete this desktop nav now. Now as I said earlier, we should use this, we shouldn't use this anchor tag, rather we should use the link from the React router DOM, so that we can you know, changes our page in between like that, right? But I think we should use nav link, not the nav, not the link, because this is nav and we have another same in same React router DOM we have nav link also. I think let me just import it and you will understand what I mean. I am import, I think it is called nav link over here, and it is also coming from React router DOM. And what is different between the link and nav link is actually in the nav link you might need something like if the link is active, or the if the page is active, if just like if the home page is active, right? I want to style the home page differently, right? Even in your our style, you can the design, you can see that home page has different, because this is home page, so this has a different color to it, and the others are like kind of different color, text color, right? And you can check on the other page. Similarly on this page I want some kind of this, when everything, if the link is active, the nav link is active, I want it to have different colors. So for doing that I think the nav link is important. Okay, so just change this anchor tag to nav link, right, like so, and you will provide two, same as link, you will have to provide two, and you can provide your path to the home page. So path for home page is slash, and you can, you know, copy this and paste it 4 times. So we have like 4 menus, right? So you can copy it and you can change it, but that's not the good way I think. So better we will create one, you know, array that has everything related to the nav menu, and we can just you know, loop through it. I think that's the best way. So let me show what I mean. So we can create this cons, let's say what we should say this name, maybe nav menu. Okay, nav menu, let me, I think that will work. And this should be the array, and array should carry the object with we need a path, right? What is the path for the home page? This is the path, and next thing I need is path and page. I think page makes sense, right? So home is a page, right, for us. Okay, so home page. Okay, and let me just copy this object, copy this, and let me paste it 4 times. Okay, because we have 4 page navbar, right? All right, and then what I can say is here this is home. After that I need here about page, and let me just write it here also about, And what we else we need? I think we need a contact tag, and maybe I need here also contact, and over here also I don't need this, and I need maybe gallery and gallery. Okay, this is what we need, and you will learn how to loop also now. Okay, so to loop through this array, what we can do in React is, let me just have a curly bracket, so that that may tell the React that we are using you know, some JavaScript, right? If you think about it. Okay, so first time while I was beginning, you know, coding in the React, I was kind of confused when to use this. So just remember, whenever you need to write down some JavaScript, you know, then you have to put this curly bracket. Okay, that's how I remember it. All right, so now we're gonna say nav menu dot map. Okay, and in map we have to get what we are getting from here, just menu. Okay, we are getting menu, and it should be returning something, or you can just use this bracket, that within that bracket, small bracket we call it. I don't know what you call this guy, we call this small bracket. So inside this means, this represent that we are returning something, whatever inside this code we are returning it. Okay, and now what we returning this one. Okay, let me just put it on back over here. All right, and from menu, this menu, I'm getting path and page, right? So where should be the path? Over here. Now you cannot provide it as a string, now you have to put a curly bracket, and as I said, this curly bracket means you are using JavaScript. And how you are using JavaScript? This menu is kind of variable, right? You are getting it as a parameters, you know, and you are using it, then you have to provide a curly bracket to it. Okay, or then in the from the menu I'm getting path, right? So I need a path, provide a path to this too. Next thing that I want is from here home, I can remove it again, curly brackets, this we call curly brackets. Okay, and this one we call this big bracket. Okay, I don't know what you guys tell, and I think in different school they teach differently, so I don't know, man. Okay, for now, for me this is a curly bracket. All right, here after a curly bracket, what I want menu and page. Okay, so this is the page. All right, this should work. So save it. You can see here you get this home, about, contact and gallery, and every time you click it you go to the different page. See, the page is changing here, you can see over here. So this is contact page, this is gallery page, this is about page, and this is home page. Okay, now I think the one more thing that I want to do here is give some style to it now, right? Okay, and how I want it to be styled, I want it to say it is a flex. Okay, maybe gap, let me give some gap to it, maybe like 6 means 24 px. Okay, no bad. Okay, maybe that is little bit more, doesn't matter. Okay, so if for now I think that, and I think I should say uppercase also, because in my design it's everything is uppercase. I can say font bold, I think, so it will be bold. What else I need? I can now style this nav link. Let's say class name, and what style I want from here. I can provide the string over here. Okay, here I think I can say a little bit, I want padding, right? Padding y. Okay, padding y to be 1 means how much? 4px. Okay, in the top and bottom I think I want padding y, and in the padding x axis maybe I want double of it or triple of it. Let me check. And the other thing is, when you are doing this, actually you should look onto your design and how much gap is you using in the design. Just use that, okay? That's the best practice. But I'm just I don't want to be it exactly as possible. Also, I just want to make it look like similar to it, okay? So but when you are working in a project that is important to you and you are getting design from your designer, then try to match it, okay? For this tutorial project, I don't want to completely match also. I just want you to understand the basics. So that's the purpose of this tutorial, so I want to stick to it. All right, then after saying that, I think I will just lower this because it's showing a little bit too much. Okay, I'm done with that. Now, as I said earlier, I want different color for this, right? Okay, when this right now home page is active, then I want the home page to be different colors. So to do that, we use the nav link, and in the nav link we have something. Okay, let me just cut it for now, and here we can say use this curly bracket, and we can provide here parameter that will be object. Okay, is we can provide active. I think is active, we have it in the class name. Okay, all right, after this one it will make sense to you. What I want is I provide the array of string. Why this is not showing? Type. Now if I after I provide it, it will go. Okay, the complaint it is doing is we have to provide, I provided here a array, right? Array, this defines array with this bigger bracket, right? But we need to provide the string to the class, so that's the error that is showing. But I will change this array to the string. I will show you how to do that. Okay, first of all, our default style, right? This is py1 and px2 should be applied, and I wonder in case of active, so I can say is active. If the link is active, I want to provide some classes, or I want to provide, if the link is not active, I want to provide different classes, right? And to remove that error, I can say whenever you get this arrays, this array of string, right? We have multiple string array, and you can just say join. Okay, join with what? With a empty string. So that what is it doing? So see, the error is gone. So what it was doing is we provided the array over here, okay, and the string of this array should be joined with the empty string. So after this one, whatever string is it getting from is active, it will be joined, and it will return the this array will be written as a string inside this one, and this class name will get that string. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, and then in is active, when is it's active, what we want? I want the text to have a color of, let's say, when it's active, I want this color to, should have this color, and when it is not active, I want it to have a text color of, no, give me some suggestion. Okay, here I think this color will be okay. So you see, we have different color here now. Okay, according to the, if its link is active, so now about will be different color, home change, right? So that's what I wanted from this. And the other thing that I want here is in my default class here, okay, I want let me say like hover. Okay, whenever it's hover, I want it to change to text Navbar, and let me say this 200. So while hovering I have a different color too. Okay, that looks good, and that will even look good, more good if we just have a style to this header. Okay, so let me just have some style. So this should have a background of little bit dark color, right? So I think I use this one in my style, the designs. Okay, okay, just working just fine. And this header, actually I want some height to it, this header. For now let me just use height to be, let's say like 50 px. Okay, to do so I can say 50 px over here. Okay, saved it. But as I said, I want everything on the center. Why it is not showing center? Because this one is a flex, and I said justify between and just the item center on this one, but this has not full height of this header. So just change to here, or maybe you can change this header height over there. No, I think I just gonna say height full over here. That will do. Okay, see. So what it does is we set some height to it, and I said this container should have the same height to this parent. Okay, parent header. Now everything is on the center. Okay, now what I want to do is let me just this height 50 px actually I gonna use in other places also. So I think I should make it a global variable, CSS variable, and you will learn something how to do that also. Okay, so to do so, let me go to the index.css. Where is it? Okay, let me just get it. Index.css here. Over here you can say root, and here in the root you can create a variable. Say, let's say what should be the name, header or navbar. Let's say navbar maybe. No, header makes sense more because we are creating header component, and it should have some height to it. Then it should be named as header, HEIGST, right? Height. And what I want to with this, I want it to have like 50 px of height, right? That's what I want. And if you save it, go back to your no, you need to go to the header.txx, and over here what you can do is within this 50 px you change it, and you will provide your header height, I think so, and it's just working as it is before. Because let me show you, if I do not change it, and you see height is gone. But if I say HEIGST height here, and it's giving us 50 px of the height. And one thing I noticed that if even you do like this, it works, but I see lots of people doing var. I think just to make it consistent with the other developer, let me just do like that, and it's the same thing. Tailwind don't mind if we put var or not. So just letting you know. Okay, the next thing that I want here is maybe some border on the bottom, because I remember using border on the bottom, and the border should have a color of let's say 300 maybe, right? So where is 300 border? No, border, why border? Yes, not the border. No, this one. And Okay, I saved it. Okay. So it should have some border over here, but I can't see that well, so let me make it a little bit bigger. So border bottom to my, okay, you see some line over here, that's your border. Okay, from design I think I almost done. And one thing I notice here is, you see this desktop nav should only be in the larger screen, right? So I have to say over here in the desktop nav that in this one I have to say if this is a small screen, I have to hide it. And Tailwind, you know, kind of mobile first CSS framework, right? So that's why I have to provide hidden first. That means display none. That will remove everything, and whenever it is screen size is bigger than the CMD screen size, then I want to say maybe what I want to, oh my bad, it should not be on the link. Actually I want it to be on the nav, because whole thing should be disappear, not only the link, right? So sorry about that. So I have to say hidden over here, and in the larger screen than EMD size. Then what I want to do is this is complaining that I cannot use flex if I use the hidden, right? So just grab this flex from here, and then at the end just add that. Okay, flex. Now you can see this is in the smaller screen, you can't see that desktop nav, but when you make it bigger you see it. And that's the power of Tailwind. That's easy, right? To make it, you know, responsible website, it is very easier on Tailwind. Okay, and learning also very easy. Tailwind, yeah, rocks. Okay, after that let me just change it to back to there. Okay, so we don't have any nav now, right? Navigation. So if we don't have navigation, what I want to do is, if this one is showing only in the larger screen, in the smaller screen what I want to show, just write it here. I want to show mobile nav, right? But we are not seeing mobile nav over here, right? Mobile nav, we will see some icons like hamburger icons, and when we click it, then only we want to see the mobile nav. So we have to create that component that shows this hamburger icon, right? So let me create, let's say the hamburger. So just give the name hamburger, burger. I think that should be the name. Okay, hamburger icon, just hamburger, or you wanna say hamburger icon, whatever, right? Whatever name you wanna put it, just put it. Whatever make it makes sense to you, just write that name. And I need to create this hamburger icon. Where should I create this component? In this file. And where should I create that one? Okay, basic, no, I don't want to put it in the basic, but let me just create one more folder. Okay, let me create this one, and I will say design. Okay, whatever component that is related to this specific our design, that will be on this design. Okay, now here I want to do is create a file that will be called hamburger icon just tsx, right? So I should say sfc hamburger icons over here. And what is this hamburger icon? Let me just say this is a div. Okay, and within this div I want self-closing span. Okay, tag. Okay, and I want these 3 of this. Okay, all right, and I can say give some class name to it. Okay, let me just type here class name, and what I want this to have a width maybe full, height to be like, let's say 2px maybe. Okay, and what this 3 span is, we have in hamburger we have like 3 dash dash dash, right? We are creating that. So what else I would like to have it here is bz background should be something, some color of it. So let me give a color of 100. Okay, and what else I would like to have this one. Okay, let me just save this and come over here, import this one. Okay, after importing it should be over here or no, and I didn't see anything over here. That means here the div, here everything. Okay, let me just grab here. I have to say something over here, block, because if it's not a block, because spam is not a block. So it's still not showing here, why? Let me say class name, and here I said this is also block, still not showing. Okay, let me say bz red for now, so that I can see if it's there or not. Or okay, I think it is not getting height or something, right? Otherwise it should say hamburger icon. I already created this, and hamburger icon is over here, and it should be over here somewhere. Let me check again what I did wrong. Here should be block and background red 500. I'm not seeing anything over here. Let me give this width. Okay, oh my bad, I said this is a width full, but what is width full? We don't provide any width to this, so this doesn't has any width, and this also don't have any width, right? Sometimes you become idiot, okay, while coding. Oh, okay, it happens, no worries. All right, so what will be the width for this one is, let me think, what should I give the width for this one is, let me just check the default value what we have here. Maybe let's do with the 40px, save it. Now you see it, right? You forget to put the width and it is not showing there. So, all right, after that I see I need to provide some height, but before doing that I want to say this has a space y of maybe something like 2 maybe. Save it. Okay, this look nice, and I want to provide some padding to it also, maybe 4px. Okay, all right, and how much should be, I want to define the height also, so that later no problem will happen. So this is like a 2px 2px 2px, so 6px of this bar, right? And I added 4px on the top and bottom, so the height should be 6 plus 4 10, and over here 14. And what else I provided? I provided this is 8px of space in between this bar, so I have to add like 14 plus 16, that makes 30px, right? So let me just give it the height of 30px. Okay, 30px, and in case if it's overflow, just let me just overflow hidden. I want it to be within this block, right? With width 10 and height of 30 px. I don't want anything to overflow of from there. Okay, all right, now it's we do it, right? We did it. Now what else after that? Now I want the ability when we click over here, I want to show our mobile nav, right? And let me just create a mobile nav over. Actually I want to import mobile nav over here. Okay, mobile maybe nav. Okay, nav, and it is showing error because I can only return one component to it, right? So I have to say like this, I have to put it on the button. And why I want mobile nav in the hamburger icon? Okay, so hamburger icon should only have these, right? So this is related to the hamburger icon, but I want to have this mobile nav here because it doesn't matter, because the mobile nav will be kind of fixed in position. So whenever it's fixed in the position, it do not affect other relative position of other element on the page. It do not affect it. And if you think about it, this, what this hamburger icon represent, it represent our mobile nav, right? So it makes sense to me that we put it over here so that when we create a use state hook for the toggling our navbar show or hide it, we will have these both component together, right, in the same place. So I think that makes more sense for me. So that's how I will be doing it. So we have to create now mobile nav over here. Let me put it in the navigation, add a file that will be called mobile nav t.tsx. okay, so we open it, we will say sfc and mobile nav, and what this do, this will return a nav, right, in av nav. And in this nav, to be honest with you, we have, let's go to the what we say, this desktop nav, and whatever we use here, we need the same thing, right? The menu will be same, just the styling might be different for the nav, right? Okay, maybe even some of the style will be the same. So let me just copy it, I think. Okay, just copy this and put it over here, okay, in the mobile nav. Okay, now it's showing some error because this nav menu, we have it over here, okay, and I'm using this same this variable over there also, right? So same data I'm using in two places. So the the best way of doing it is to separate it on the separate file, right? For that, maybe I want to go to this source folder, and we have a asset over here. Oh, I already created this data folder some time in, I don't know when, but we can create this data folder over here. And if you don't have it in your project by now, just create this data folder, and in this data folder add one file. Okay, and in this file, what you would like to create is, I can say this is a nav menu data, right? Let's say menu data. Okay, tsx. Okay, that's also does not matter, I think, or ts also, that doesn't matter. I can say now over, come to here in the desktop nav, copy everything or cut everything, and come back here on our nav menu ts and paste it over here. And at the top, okay, page of, okay. Here I have to say export also, and saved it. Okay, on now on this desktop nav I can come over here and import what I have to import. Import a nav menu, what I gave name nav menu, right? So here it is. So import it and it will work as before, right? But the benefit of doing that is now I can use the same file over here also. I can come over here and import it, right? Let me just import and what I want to import is nav menu, right? Okay, after that I have to import this nav link for this component also, and I can say import there, okay, like that, and this is also just working just fine, right? Okay, gap flex medium, okay. And the problem of this should be mobile nav should be hidden. Why I am seeing this? Okay, oh, nav is hidden. Okay, okay, got it. uh, yeah, this is okay because I want to actually hide when this is small. No, 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 it should not be. So this should be just flex by default. Actually I want to say here in the bigger size of his screen, maybe I don't want it to be seen. Okay, I think this makes more sense. All right, now on how I can see this. I haven't, so I have to first import this one to see that. Okay, here add it, saved it. Okay, you this is the mobile nav, it's not the desktop nav. Okay, and I want this mobile nav to be come over here, and you can say this mobile nav has a flex call, so it flow on the x-axis, the y-axis, right? So like this, and I want to say this should be fixed size, sorry, fixed position. Okay, here it is fixed position, and I want it to be top. Okay, from top how much I want to be is whatever the size of this header, I want to be below that, right? This one. Okay, so that's why I created if you remember in our, let me show you. So we created this variable, that's the reason. Okay, now we can just say here whatever the height of the header height. Okay, over here you have to provide this dash, and you can also say var over here to make it consistent. Okay, and there you go. After that you have to close it over here, right? All right, now you see it jump over there on the bottom. And the other thing that I want for this one is I want to give this background as same as the header. Okay, so header has a background of bg now 500, saved it. Okay, now you see this one has only the width and height of this whatever container it has. So I can also say top I already give, and now I want to say left, right, and bottom should be 0, right? That's why it will extend the full size, right? Okay, now what else I want? All right, I want these thing to be at the center over here. Okay, everything should be jump back to here. So I already use the flex on this nav, so I can use that, and I can say justify center. Okay, and that will make our elements on the vertically. Okay, center and item center. Okay, saved it and done, right? That's all I want. Okay, and I want to add another one functionality before we jump onto another thing. That is, when I click it, it should be gone, right? I have to toggle it, right? The show or hide, this should be toggle. Right now it's gonna show in our project all the time, right? So for doing that, I can go to this hamburger icon, and what I can do is I can say const show and set show and equals to use state, right? Use state, and the default should be false. Okay, this is what I trying to create, and every time the show is true, I want to show this, and whenever we click this, I want to toggle it. Okay, but the thing is, this is all the logic, right? And I want to separate this logic from this UI, and I also want to teach you the basic of creating hook also. Okay, so what I mean by that is I should create a hook that will have all the logic of this toggling, right? So we are just toggling it, right? On and off, just toggling, and we can use that custom hook on the other our project on other place where we want the same functionality, right? And this custom hook will be reusable. I know it is lot easier to read, and it's a good practice, right? Separating the logic. So what I mean by that is, let me just create it, and then it will be a lot easier to explain. So where I would like to create it, do I want to create it within the component? Let me just create within the components, and but I will say this component name should be hooks, right? So within this hooks, I want to create one file that will be, and all the hooks names should be start with the use. Okay, this is the best practice for the React. And use what I want to toggle, right? Toggling tsx. Okay, and let me create this. Okay, I don't need this, or I do, right? Okay, so I can say const use toggle. Okay, this is what I'm trying to create, and here I don't want to return right now anything, just remove it, and whatever we were trying to do here, just remove this, and I don't need this also. Okay, let me just save this one over here, and in this toggle hook just paste it over here. And it's not that complicated hook. Okay, this is a basic, but this simple hook also will teach you lots of things about the how to create the hook. So in your project next time, you can take the concept out of this toggle hook, and you can apply to your creating your own custom hook. Okay, and we have to import this. We have to import it at import react, and we imported this use state. Now what do we want? Okay, this use toggle hook will have another function that will be named const toggle. Okay, const toggle will be a arrow function, and what this arrow function does, whenever this will set show, right? Set show, and whenever it will take the value. Okay, I will explain it, just give me a second. And prev. Okay, this is what it will do. So what it doing? Okay, this show has the value, default value false, right? So that's how we set up this use state here. But we can now change the value of the show by using this set show. And when this set show, we use this code like this, then what it is saying is take the previous value. Okay, the previous we are getting boolean, right? So because this is boolean value show, so whatever the value of the show previously, take it. So right now we have false value, so take the false value and change it to not false, right? Right now it's false, then not prev. So that means not false, that not false means true, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I get it little bit. Maybe in the beginning it's difficult to understand, but if you get time, it makes sense. So first time it is false value, right? FAL, false value. But after you click it or you toggle it, you will get not false, right? And what not false means? That means true. So you are changing the value of show now, right? And once it is true, now if we want to toggle it back again, now this will be true, and true here it should be not true. Oh my goodness, I can't spell. Okay, true, true, and not true means this will be false. Okay, if that makes sense, right? Okay, every time we toggle, take the previous value and change it to the other value. The other value in the true and false is only can be false or true, right? That's the boolean type. Okay, all right. So now here actually now I can just return t1, return what I want to return. I want to return no, not like that, but I want to return the object like so. I want to show and toggle. Okay, simple, very simple. Okay, this is the logic we can use on the directly over there. But now every time if you need something same functionality like this, like you want to use the toggle, you can use this file, right? You don't have to code everything again. Okay, and for now I think that's all on this one, and I can come back over here, and here in the hamburger I can import that by saying I want show and toggle, right? Toggle from where? From use toggle hook. Okay, from use toggle hook we want show and hide, and where how I'm going to use that. And every time when I click on it, right? click. Okay, every time I click on this hamburger menu, okay, this div, then I want to run toggle function, right? Toggle it. Okay, and next thing I want to do is here if let me just grab this on inside the arrow this curly bracket, and I want to say so here. That means so if so is true, then return this component. Okay, if so is false, don't return this one. So at the beginning so is false by default, because that's how we set up, right? So is false, so by default at the beginning this mobile nav will never be shown. Okay, but once we clicked it over here, now the toggle function will run, and when the show is false it will turn to the true value, and when the show is true here we will get this mobile nav. Okay, now let's show me this in the action. So by default we are not seeing that nav now, right? before we were seeing this mobile nav. But now come here, click it, you see it, because show is true right now and it is showing this mobile nav. But I come here, click it again, now the show will be false, turn to false, and this will gone, right? Okay, that's the basic setup for this nav. And what else I would like to complete in this video is, okay, we already finished this toggle, and and what else I want to do is, okay, if you click here, you will see right now you are going to different pages, right? You already went to the page about. Now click contact, you go into the contact page, but to remove, but nav menu is still showing, right? And to remove it, you have to go again here and click it. So you have to click 2 times, but I don't want that functionality. I want every time user click on the home, and this show should be false, so that the user will see the home button or their desired page, you know, in the view. They don't have to go back again here to click. Okay, that's what I want. So to do that, we can go back to the use toggle hook, and I can say, okay, I can say something like use effect. I can use that. Okay, and this will be arrow function over here, and here you have to provide a dependency. That's how you create the use effect hook. And what I want here to say is, okay, every time you see, as I said, every time you change the path over here, okay, every time you click it, you change the path over here, and when we change that path, I want this show to be false. Okay, one thing you can do is that way, or you want a different way, you also can say that you can pass this toggle or to this mobile nav prop, you know, and you pass this toggle, and if you can say every time this in this mobile nav, where is mobile nav? Okay, let me go to mobile nav, and every time when you click on the link, you just say on click toggle, right? But I really don't want to pass too many, you know, the this to the different component, right? I don't want to pass it in the prop. So the best way for me is to use this use effect, and every time this location change on here, I want to reset this so to the false, right? So to do that, I need to get this location, right? So in React, how we can do this is, we can say const location equal to, we have a use location hook. I think we can do like that, and here I can provide location dependency location dot maybe path name. Okay, here path name. All right, yes. So every time this location the path name is changed, what we want to do, we want to reset this so in case if show is true, if false is false, if it's false doesn't matter, right? So if it's true, we want to reset. So you can create a reset function also, but the better way is, if it's so, then just toggle it, right? We already created this toggle, so just change to the false, that means, right? And save it. And now if you see, and I click this home, I don't have to go back and click here. That's what I wanted. See, so it went to the home page. Now if I click about, it go to about page. That's all I wanted from here. Okay, and let me go to the mobile nav. And one thing I just remember, and you know, I see something I'm doing wrong over here, so I want to show that to you guys also. Every time we use this map function, we have to provide the key for each element. Otherwise, if you go to console and check, there will be error. So you know, we have to tell which element is which by key. when we looping and creating this element. Okay, if you, otherwise it will show the error in your console, okay, in the browser. Okay, and the best practices is always, even if it's working just fine like as you wish, you always provide the key. So what is the key for this one? Okay, keys can be like this is our mobile nav. So let's say mobile, okay, let's say mobile nav, and I have to provide it as a string. So let me go back over here and give me this backtick. Okay, backtick, because I want to use variable over here. Now this way, if you do this one, if this is backtick, it is below the escape button in the keyboard if you don't know about it. And this is the way we provide the string in the JavaScript, and we can provide attach this variable also over here. So from menu I can get what I can get. Let's get the just page. Okay, so page name. So why I use this mobile nav? Because I want to use the same name over here on my desktop also. Okay, desktop nav, here also I have to provide. Okay, the same thing, key and backtick, and what you want, this is desktop nav, right? Nav, and provide the menu dot page. So all the key you provided should be unique. Okay, that's why I did it, because if I say just page menu, this mobile nav will have the same name. Okay, so this will separate between those key name, right? Okay, all right. And one thing I also want to do is I just copy everything from there and I show you it, this one here, right? And if somebody is confused about this syntax, okay, if anybody is confused about the syntax, let me just give you another syntax. Okay, so whichever you like you can use. Okay, this one is not that necessary, but in case you want some different syntax, or you can use the same thing this way. Actually you can use, I think you can say this one, return this over here, and you can do the backtick as I said over here. Okay, let me fix it and I will tell you what we did. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, and is active should, okay, I can come over here, I can say, I think this is what we can say here. Let me just remove this everything from here. Okay, 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 I think it should also return, but it's not getting this one. So let me just write here dollar, okay, here and up to here. All right, now this working. Okay, save it. Yes, this is working. Okay, instead of this code like this, you providing the array over here, array of string, and then joining it. If you are confused about this this syntax, you also can just do this way. You same thing like that, you get this is active as a parameter. After that just return it as a string, return it as a string, and you use this backtick so that you can use this dollar and is active in this way. and you can use this active, and you can return if it's active, this one is added to this one. Okay, only this one will be returned to this and added to this one, whichever you like. Okay, and to show if it is working, it's right here. So I will leave it like that, so in case whichever you prefer, you can use it. Okay, now what now I think I want to do one more thing before I finish this video. Okay, before I wrap up. And that will be, okay, I think in the header tsx, okay, I want to add few more style to it. So right now this one is this header is not fixed on the top of the our body, right? It's not fixed, but what I want is in the larger screen, on the desktop size screen, I want it to be not fixed in the top, but in the mobile view I want it to be fixed position. Okay, because I want the user to see this burger menu all the time, so that they can access this menu, right? So for that it should be fixed position on the mobile view, but I don't want it to be fixed position on the larger screen. Okay, so to do that, I can say over here in the header, I can come over here and add few more classes. No, not in the container, but what here in the header, I can say I want it to be fixed position from top 0, right? Add it, and now this way we don't have full width. So to fix it, I can say left 0 and right 0. Okay, saved it. Now this is the this is fixed position over here. And but the thing is, I want this only on the small screen, right? So after on the bigger screen, after MD size, I want it to be position maybe relative. So now I think what happening is I am getting this one and this one. Okay, I have to fix this also. Okay, so let me just fix that first. Okay, this one shouldn't be there when it is the large screen. So where is it? Show mobile nav menu, and here in the mobile nav, not in the mobile nav. Okay, where is the hamburger icon? Okay, in the hamburger icon I have to add display hidden on the bigger size, right? emd HIDDEN hidden. Okay, now that way I see we fixed that bug. Okay, now this shouldn't be fixed on the large screen, but in the small screen that should be fixed, right? I think this one is fixed. So let me go to this about page. See the about page, whatever we have paragraph, it is hidden over here because this is fixed in position. So it is hidden over there, but in the larger screen, see, it is below here. Okay, if that makes sense. So this is just working as I want, and to fix that, okay, I need some space on the top, right? I want every content to be below here, right? I don't want it to be hidden by the header. So to do that, I can actually go to my, let me go to the layout. Okay, layout. Here you see there is a header and there is a footer, and whatever element we put, it's in the here. So right now I can also wrap this one outlet over in this div, and save it. And here in this one I can say class name and margin top to be what it should be, you know. And if you say that here header header height, then you are right. Okay, so by default, if it's I want any content or this div to be have the margin so that it is not hidden by the this fixed header. Okay, but in the larger skin I do not need that because it's not the fix, right? So in the larger skin I can say margin top to be 0. So now in the larger skin also we have the same thing, and in the smaller skin also we have same thing. Okay, so that's it. That I think I almost done everything with this nav. This is how you create the nav navigation, bar. And one more thing that we want to do here is we want to add some animation to this hamburger icon and to this right now it's just popping up, right? If I toggle it, just pop up, but I want some animation to happen when we show this navigation to the user. Okay, so this we will do by using our framer motion package, and framer motion is very interesting and to learn, and we will do that in our next video. For this one I think that's all.